Hello once again, audience. It is I, Dan here, aka A4 Sky, and another video on A4 Sky Vlogs. Here we go. I've seriously been sitting here for like an hour, like, should I do a vlog? Should I? I don't know. No, I have to do one. I have to do one every week. It's a commitment that I made. I promised to the subscribers that I do this. And here I am. A little late by the time this is uploaded. It will almost be Sunday. So I will be like an hour, 2 hours late. No, not an hour or 2 hours. Wow. An hour or 2 hours from the next day. So I'll be within that much time from being late. So anyway, so for this week was pretty good. I actually don't even have much to say about this week. Other than the wedding. Yes, the wedding was last Saturday. It's already been a week since the wedding. Wow. So yes, the wedding was fantastic. I think I danced the most I've ever danced in my life. Seriously. I don't even think I danced that much at my wedding. With my wedding, I spent a lot of time going around talking to people and stuff. So I didn't have as much time with dancing, though I did hit the dance floor a handful of times. Jillian and new cousin Tyler, their wedding, I danced 80%. I think 80% of the time. Like soon as everyone started dancing, the band started playing. Like, live bands make a big difference. I love live music, and they did fantastic. They had horns. Oh, one of the reasons I love the Dave Matthews Band. No, it wasn't the Dave Matthews Band. This is a side thing. This is a Jump 2 section. So just to let you know, I'm not talking about the same band. So the Dave Matthews Band, I love how they have horns and all that. Lindsay got me into like really loving the Dave Matthews Band. I'll jump back to the wedding after this. I just want to do a little side thing. So with the Dave Matthews Band, I knew of them. I only listened to the music that was on the radio. I never went out of my way to listen to them. And then I met Lindsay, and we ended up dating and stuff. You probably know the story. If you've been following me on YouTube for more than 3 or 4 months, you already know. Lindsay and I are married. So yeah. It's 3 months, or 3 months, 3 years. 3 months, 3 years. That's very quick to get married. 3 months. 3 months and I already proposed and we got married. No, 3 years into our relationship, we ended up married. So it's been 5 years this year that we've been married. So 8 years total. If you didn't do the math just then. Yep. So anyway, she took me to a Dave Matthews Band concert. First she played me a bunch of Dave Matthews music. Over time. And then we went to a Dave Matthews concert the first year we were dating. And I had a blast. Like, I was like, holy shit. Dave Matthews is freaking cool. Like, he's funny too. Like, not just cool. Like, the music is great and fun. Dave Matthews is fucking hilarious. Like, just listening to him rant on from time to time. Yes, he might be under the influence of stuff. What musician? I'm sure there's like a handful that musicians that don't drink or any of that. But what musician that I've seen did not have a drink or any of that? Maybe Linkin Park. I don't think Chester Bennington, I don't know. Anyway, before I get too far lost into the side thought on the side thought, yeah, so because of that, the Dave Matthews stuff, I started liking a lot of instrumental. Well, I've always appreciated instrumental stuff, guitar work, all that, guitars, drums, but horns, trumpets, freaking saxophones. I always thought saxophone was pretty cool too. But to have that in like a band where they're singing and stuff, like, just saying. So, back to the wedding. They did have a saxophone too. They actually had a saxophone. They had a kind of a similar setup instrumental wise as the Dave Matthews Band, but they didn't use the wind instruments for all the songs. It's not every song uses wind instruments. So there were several songs where they just used the strings and the drums. What's that? Percussions? Drums are. So they use those, and the singing between the two singers, fantastic. Just feel it, like you feel live music. You can feel it. DJ, I've never been a fan of DJs, though. Shaquille O'Neal happens to be a DJ. I did not know that. Actually, I did, and I happened to forget. Anyway, I saw an ad that he's coming to my local city as a DJ, and I'm like, how did I forget Shaquille O'Neal did DJ stuff on the side? Like, he has a whole persona with it, too. I can't remember what it's called, what his persona is, but I was like, that's pretty cool. Shaq's gonna come to my local city as a DJ and jam out. I mean, I'd go just to see Shaquille O'Neal. Just saying. I'm sure he's a really good DJ. And I would enjoy it. I just don't like being around a lot of people. I'm not a very social person. Those that do not know, you put me in front of a camera, I cannot shut my mouth. I really can't. I've had to force myself over the past several months to not talk as much in my videos, especially like the video game videos. I just have some silence, like, maybe a minute out of the half hour that I'm playing, where I don't really talk much. So, yeah, Lindsay did mention that me constantly talking in my videos might be a put-off for a lot of viewers. So, I don't know if you noticed too in my vlogs, those of you who've been watching my vlogs every week, I do take moments to, there's no editing, but I don't try to force talking anymore. In the beginning, like the first maybe 4 or 5 vlogs, I forced myself to continue talking, where now I kind of like sit back. I almost like I'm having a conversation with you now instead of talking at you. It's almost like to me, it feels more like a talking with you. So if you were to sit across from, right now I'm at the table, my usual spot where I record my A4 Sky Dork videos. I'm sitting there right now. This seat is just so comfortable. I love it. Yeah, so I'm sitting here now, just like, so there's a whole table here. Obviously, I've shown it in multiple videos. Right now, it's a mess, though. Really need to clean it. Yeah. So, I actually got lost in what I was saying. I shouldn't have had those mixed drinks. I might have partaken in some beverages. A couple of them. Irish sort. Triple Irish. You know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, drop it in, chug it before it curdles. Right there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Right? If you didn't know the first couple seconds, now you know with the rest of the description without giving it away. So yeah, I have a lot of leftovers from St. Patty's Day. I don't partake in that stuff that much. Adult beverages in general. Yeah, but it's actually helped my health. It's helped keep inflammation down and everything. So, and I've been taking a lot of. Here, actually, I will bring you over to one of the products I've been taking. It is a health supplement. It says right on it. It is not FDA approved though, which almost makes me want to trust it more. Shh! Don't tell them. So, okay, so those of you from across seas and stuff, you know there's so many United States food products that are banned in your country, and there's a good reason, because they're not fucking good for you. Like, we're poisoning ourselves over here. Anyway, so before I get put in the crazy category and banned from YouTube forever, here, actually, it's free speech. I'm not talking too much into it, too many details, but yeah, there is a lot of like Lucky Charms and stuff are banned in the UK and many other countries, because all the different food dyes in the marshmallows. So yeah, there's not a lot of good stuff in a lot of the food back in the States. So anyway, we have these Saga. So I found the second one because I burned myself out with this first one here. And I'm going to tell you why this first one burns me out. Because it is activate and recharge. It gives you a shit ton of energy. It's way better than any energy drink I've ever had. And it's seriously, I'm going to show you right now the size of it. And, okay, so I am a little slightly over 6 feet tall in the States. I forgot how many centimeters that is. A little bit more than two meters tall for the metric. I don't remember the exact conversion. We use imperial here. So the Saga Surge, that's what it's called. But this is the size of it. Okay, so this is my face, right? It's hard to compare. Sorry. I have a larger hand too, so so this bottle would probably fit in. Okay, the best way to put it. So a shot glass is universal, right? I could probably fit this in maybe 1.5 full shot glasses, so almost a double. And that gives energy for the entire day. It seriously does. And then this other one here is for productivity and motivation. And it actually has lion's mane mushroom, which I believe for those in the UK, Dom, I believe it is a naturally grown mushroom in the UK. When I was doing my research on it, I wanted to make sure. So I was considering microdosing with shrooms. I'm just looking for ways to fix a lot of the stuff that's going on with my brain. I've had a lot of a lot of issues going on with it. And because I take after my mother's side of the family, her family is very susceptible to strokes and aneurysms. And I'm worried that, and also dementia, Alzheimer's, stuff like that. So I'm concerned that I was starting to get symptoms. So I noticed a lot of deterioration in my memory, and I still don't quite have my memory fully there, but I've noticed over the past 4 months that I've been taking this stuff, I have finally noticed like a big difference from before till now, where now my brain's just like, boom, almost right on all the time, other than I do occasionally look at someone to say hi to them, and I just immediately blank on their name. They're like, hey, Dan, how's it going? And I'm like, hey. And I'm like, shit, that was so-and-so. Like right afterward, right? Like when they walk away, I'm like, shit. I immediately remember their name afterwards. No, I know who they are. I say their name all the time when I say hi to them. I do it at work too sometimes. I see them every single day. I literally pretty much, I see them more than I see Lindsay at work. But sometimes I do that with people, family members and stuff. And I'm like, oh. But good thing is, mom and dad are very simple to remember, so it's hard to forget that their name's mom and dad. Or I call them mom and dad. That's the easiest one. I haven't messed that up yet. So, thankfully. But yeah, so these have been helping me a lot. So there's 6 in a box. And the two different boxes. I try to rotate them. When I'm doing workouts, I take the yellow box, the Surge one, the one for energy, on days that I work out, just 5 days a week. And then, well, 4 days a week right now, because I haven't done a leg workout in a long time. So 4 days a week. And then I take the Sunray 2 of the days, and then I take my omega-3 fish oil pills once a week, just to give a little bit of separation from that stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to help the brain, help the heart, help the body. The lion's mane mushroom is insanely like useful medically and everything. Like how much it helps your body, it was insane. All the different things I was reading, it helps your brain, it helps your heart. Like it's really good for you. It helps repair a lot of nerve damage, which I have from being introduced to chemicals and stuff from working in factory jobs, especially where I work now. The first department I was in, I was around stuff that I fully believe is a neurotoxin. And it's, even though like it's rated as like a mild health risk, still breathing that in every breath you take inside the building is not good for you. And my body's super sensitive, and it freaks the hell out anytime I'm near anything that's not good for it. So like I get that material on my skin. Like if I get a concentrated amount, even like say it wasn't a dropper, that was a dropper on my skin immediately rashes right on that spot. So it tells you something about how dangerous that stuff is. Just saying. I seriously cannot wear deodorant. I've tried every kind of deodorant I could think of, even natural deodorants. My body does not like any sort of stuff on it, which is weird because I use Axe body wash, and my body does not freak out to Axe body wash. So I would guess that it is actually not as toxic for you as they claim, because my body would immediately let me know. It's one of the few things I could actually wash my skin with without any issues. And yeah, I have super, super sensitive skin. You can actually see some of the skin issues around my nose here. And how I've been shaving lately, like how there's like a red mark. You can't really see it from a distance, but I see it all the time when I look in the mirror. When I shave and stuff, it rashes out real bad. I did find a good body lotion. Ooh, excuse me. I have eczema, so it helps reduce the amount of eczema. And I notice if I don't use it on my face, my face gets like insanely dry. And one of the things too with the hotel room last week, okay, I'm talking about skincare, body stuff, but I'm you know, sharing some stuff about myself and being a little interpersonal. So at the hotel we stayed at last week, the water, I want to say it was hard water. If you don't know what that means, I don't remember the scientific definitions behind that, the scientific explanation behind it. I think it's too much salt or something. I don't quite remember. Or too little salt. So you add salt to soften the water. And that stuff causes my skin to just dry out like I'm in a desert. It's bad. Notice with like the amount of dry scalp I had, like it was crazy. At the at the wedding, Lindsay saw the back of my sport coat and she's like, Dan, she's like wiping off. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, you have really bad dandruff. And I was like, shit, it's the water at the hotel. Seriously, the water where we live now is really good though. So it's a well-balanced water. My parents' house, they do a water treatment with it. That's how I know you add the salt and it softens the water. So yeah. All right. So anyway, yes, the wedding was fantastic. As I said, I had a lot of fun. The after party was a lot of fun. Lindsay had a lot of fun. And we're really happy to have a new cousin as part of the family. Even though he already kind of felt like a cousin anyway. But I don't think they watch this. But if you do, Tyler, welcome to the family. We are kind of outsiders, you and I, because we married into the family. So, so welcome to the being an outsider. I'm not alone now. I'm not alone now. No, I wasn't alone. One of the other cousins' wives, she's an outsider too, as to say, married into the family. So there's 3 of us now. There are 3 of us. So anyway, enough with those shenanigans. Okay. I don't even know what to say. I'm embarrassed now that I did that. Anyway, so that's pretty much all I have for this video. And Deadpool and Wolverine is every day. It's getting closer. It's closer and closer. What is Marvel going to do? With that going to be their best film of all time, never gonna be able to beat it. I actually said that about the second Deadpool movie, and they beat it with Spider-Man No Way Home. Which, I mean, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, so it had more meaning to me. And Sony, before that, beat it with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with Miles, who is actually my favorite Spider-Man. After he came out, they created him as another Spider-Man variant, and I read in a lot about Miles Morales, and just I think his suit is way more badass than Peter Parker's. Just say, just say, just say. I don't know why I did the Vulcan thing. Spock, live long and prosper. So yeah, nerd stuff. I did actually grow up with a lot of Star Trek. My dad was a Trekkie. And funny thing, Star Wars. So there are Star Trek fans and there are Star Wars fans. Well, because my dad loved both, I grew up with both. And my mom and dad actually went on their first date to the second Star Wars movie made, episode 5. Forget, episode 6 is the last of, with Darth Vader. So they went and saw episode 5 as their first date movie. Funny thing. And I love Star Wars. I like Star Trek, but I love Star Wars. Just Star Wars has, even if I didn't know that they went on their first date to go see Star Wars movie, I'd still have the same love for Star Wars. It just makes it that much cooler. Like, it just adds that little bit where, like, oh, hey, yeah, you know, my mom and dad went on their first date to a Star Wars movie. So, yeah. So that's a neat little fact right there. So, yes. And so, Star Wars, though, are more about the Force, the Jedi, and the, yes, I'm going on a Star Wars rant. The Jedi and the Sith. Now, I would not be a Sith. Obviously, I'm too nice to be a Sith. But I would not be... I'd probably start as a Jedi, and then I go off into the subdivision called a Gray Jedi. Those of you who are major Star Wars fans, you know about the Gray Jedi. They're in between the Jedi and the Sith, because they do not believe in the full Jedi beliefs, getting rid of emotion and all that bullshit, being a robot, pretty much, is how I see the Jedi, is they are robots, and they don't really keep peace. One of the reasons why Ahsoka is one of my favorite characters of all time. Actually, she is my favorite freaking Jedi. She is the best Jedi ever. Well, not really. To me, she's the best Jedi. Even though Luke Skywalker is actually the most powerful Jedi. But Ahsoka Tano, Anakin Skywalker's Padawan, is my favorite all-time Jedi. Because she walks away from the Jedi Order. She's like, no, I don't agree with their ways. She walks away. And I don't think the Gray Jedi existed at that time, or she more than likely would have joined them. But yeah, I fully agree with why she walked away and all that. Yep, because right and wrong. The Jedi did not always follow the right, or follow the good way, the just path. They did not always follow it. They walked away a lot of the times and allowed innocents to suffer. And Ahsoka did not like that. She did not. She wanted to help as many people as she could. She said, what's so different about them from anyone else? Why can't we just help them? Yeah. So that's all I have for this video. I made it half an hour, surprisingly. I mean, probably like the 2 minutes of me not talking during most of it, or during the entirety of this, helped. And I just ranted on about stuff outside of the original thing that I started talking about. So that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry about that. trying to switch hands and I bumped the phone. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment on any part of the video that you enjoyed or did not enjoy. Let me know, and then I will avoid, I get enough people saying, hey, don't do this. And I'll be like, okay. So not only am I here to have fun and enjoy what I'm doing, I'm also mixing in entertaining the audience, the viewers, you, the viewer. Actually, I was going to include that in this, but I'll include it in another video because I'm ending the video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a nice day, morning, evening, afternoon. And we get the cool outro. We'll see you in the next video. Boop. Make sure to, right here, watch this video. Ooh, check the video. Look at that. Look at that video. That is a wonderful video. I think you should check it out. Subscribe. You can subscribe too. Oh, for more videos? Yeah, that'd be great. I'd much appreciate it.